What's up, friends and artists? I'm Miss Mags. Today is a really special episode because we have a guest on our show. Have you ever walked through a grocery store and thought, who designed this box? Who designed this bottle? Who designed this box? My special guest is a packaging designer. She designs the packages for things you would find in the store. She's designed a lot of different packages, but more recently she's designed a lot of socks and more socks and more socks. So let's get started. I'll let her do the talking and tell you all about it. Hi,
Hey,
how are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. So why don't you introduce yourself to our class?
Hi, class. I'm Kristin.
And what do you do, Kristin?
I am a packaging designer.
That's really cool. So tell me about what is a packaging designer?
So, a packaging designer is essentially anybody who will take a product and make a container for it.
Cool. That's very cool. Did you always want to be a packaging designer?
I was interested in design when I was 12. So I started researching where could I go, and I found out that graphic design was a thing. So I started studying what can my school offer me to keep me pushed in that direction. And with the resources of my middle school and high school, I was able to get placed into a good college. I got placed in FIT just with you. And so I've kind of known since I was 12.
What skills helped you become a packaging designer?
Skills that helped me become a packaging designer, definitely having good, just strong skills in conception, just like being able to create a unique idea. Problem solving was a really big part of it. A lot of people just think that art and design is just art and design, but a lot of it is problem solving. And I was also never a good math student growing up, but surprisingly, graphic design and packaging design taught me ways to use math in ways that I felt more comfortable. So, for example, a lot of projects I did were in using inches or the metric system.
So math and art are really important.
Math and art are super important.
So tell me about, how does packaging affect how people buy their products and how they pick what cereal they're going to buy or what shoes they're going to buy or whatever they're buying?
So typically you have a 3 to 30 second window to get your consumer's attention.
And what's a consumer?
A consumer is someone who buys things, and as the packaging designer, you want to appeal to your consumer. If your consumer has a problem, such as I don't like cereal that has red flavoring, I like cereal that's all blue. So you have to have your product meet your package and appeal to your consumer. So you solve their problem, appeal to the consumer, and then you'll be able to sell your product.
Wow. So things that affect it are just the colors and just the shapes of things, right?
It's a lot of color, it's a lot of shapes, it's a lot of just different shapes and how you set up your package. Sometimes it's a lot of fun copy. If you're really into different words and just wordplay of how you handle alliterations is really helpful.
So you're saying that being a packaging designer, you have to be good at ELA because you're writing all the words that go on the packaging, art, and math?
Essentially.
That sounds great. That sounds like our scholars have to be good at all their subjects, and I like that.
Yes. Good designers are good at all subjects, not just art.
What are some good ways if I want to be a packaging designer? What are some things I can study on the computer or ways that I could practice to be a packaging designer?
I think it's less of being like how to become a packaging designer. It's more so of being, how do I become a designer? It's the same way of how do you become an artist. So art and design interlap a lot. So keeping a sketchbook is super helpful. It keeps your ideas fresh, new, and it gives you a place to just put your good ideas and your bad ideas. Your bad ideas can be probably the most helpful tools.
Yeah.
Bad ideas are great. Bad ideas are awesome.
They
Good
look
ideas
like
are
they're
great.
bad. So you're telling me I shouldn't crumple up my artwork and say, Miss N,
No,
I don't want to do this anymore, and throw it in the trash.
no, bad ideas are great. Bad ideas are what help you learn. Bad ideas are, it's you teaching yourself. If you want to take it to the next step, and if you have access to these resources, having the ability to even just use Microsoft Paint, I mean, do whatever. But if you can go the extra mile, you can use software like Photoshop and Illustrator. A huge tool in the industry is Illustrator. But there are also free versions available. But basically the sky's the limit. Find out what works for you and just try to educate yourself.
What's your favorite thing you've designed?
So my favorite thing that I've designed in stores, my Marilyn Monroe packaging. I did a huge rebrand with my past company. That was a ton of fun. I really enjoyed capturing her old school movie essence into a package.
What was
My
the product?
it was the whole legwear
Oh,
spectrum.
like all the socks, right? You
All the
did socks.
socks, low cuts, quarter socks, crew socks. We had tights, we had leggings, we had fishnet stockings, we had knee highs. You name it, we had it. All with like Marilyn Monroe branded packaging that I made. It was a lot of fun, and I
Very
was able
cool.
to do it from start to beginning. Start to finish, start to finish. And yeah, no, it was really great. Second favorite project that I have in stores is my Steve Madden menswear sock box. It's this fun cube that's cut on the side, and yeah, it's really fun to be able to create a giftable item that someone can purchase in stores and then give to a loved one. Like, to be a part of that process is really something special. And
Yeah, that's awesome.
yeah, it's fun.
Great. So now, if I was a packaging designer and I wanted to design my own cereal or a can of soup or a snack, what are some things that I would have to put on my packaging?
So most important part is your logo. You're going to want to have
Yes.
a logo on your packaging. Your logo is essentially your face. Like, that's the most important. That's going to want to be on the front of your packaging, and anywhere else you can put it. The more places you have your logo, the better. If you want to have it all over the place, that's fine, but you want to also keep it consistent. Also important, fun graphics to supplement your logo. So that would be a secondary piece of your packaging.
Like fun pictures, right? That's what a
Yeah.
graphic is.
Fun pictures, fun sketches. It could be line art. It could be super detailed. It could be really abstract. It can
Cool.
essentially be anything you want as long as it applies back to your logo. So you want everything to be cohesive.
Good. Are there anything else that would go on the food packaging?
What's really important is also nutrition facts and your ingredients list. So, if you're someone who has a food allergy, it's really important to be able to read what you're about to eat because you don't want to get sick.
Good.
And
And
also,
so as the designer, do you put that on the packaging?
you have to make sure the type fits on the side.
Cool.
It can't go outside of your package because then a lot of consumers can't really read it that way.
All right. So then, do you have any last minute things you want to say to our future designers?
So the education process is really cutthroat. It's a lot of work. It's not easy, but it's really rewarding. Really rewarding if you can buckle down and work hard. If this is something you really want, then you can do it. You can achieve anything that you want. If you put your mind to it, you can do it. And don't give up.
I like that. All right. Thank you so much. Bye, Kristin.
Bye.